Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking all about 5 bad habits that you and I need to break before 2021. I'm going to be sharing my 5 bad habits while I'm getting ready this morning, just to make this video a little bit more interesting so that I'm not just talking at you and it feels like we're actually having a conversation and getting ready and having a chit chat for the day. Grab yourself a cup of coffee, a drink, play this video while you are getting ready so that we can get motivated and excited for 2021 together. 2021 is going to be great and I am so excited for what's to come. I mean, we really can only go up from here, right? So let's get pumped and excited for the new year. All right, so let's just get on into the bad habits. The first bad habit that I know I definitely need to break, and you probably will need to break it as well, is checking my phone right away in the morning. I don't know about you guys, but the first thing that I do every single morning is check Instagram and Facebook. It is honestly the worst habit that I have built up in 2020, and I definitely want to break that in 2021. I just feel like it really doesn't set the tone in the way that I want my day to be set for, and I feel like there are so many other productive things that you could be doing rather than checking your phone first thing every morning. Doing things like making a gratitude list, or saying affirmations, or just getting up out of bed, doing a workout, or getting up out of bed, making your bed. Those things are so much more productive and they are actually for you. When you're scrolling social media and seeing what your friends are up to, those things aren't for you. You're looking at what others are doing. So I just think it's so much more beneficial to be focusing on you and setting the tone for you to have a good day, rather than focusing on what your friends are up to, what the world is up to, what celebrities are up to that you are probably never going to meet in your life. Social media definitely has its place, but it's not first thing in the morning. So that bad habit needs to go. The next bad habit that needs to get out of here in 2021 is negative thinking. If you're like me, you're probably thinking, Monique, I'm not a negative person, I'm not a negative thinker, but you might not realize how many of the things that you actually are thinking about are a part of negative thinking. So we all have aspects of negative thinking in our life and in our lifestyles, and like I said, you might not even realize it. But some examples of negative thinking are having limited beliefs, having scarcity beliefs, believing that there is not enough to go around. And some examples of that could be like being super competitive, trying to be better than other people, and believing that there's not enough success for everyone in the world, which is definitely not true, but I definitely think that is something that people struggle with. So an example of that could be like on YouTube, for example. Let's say that you really want to start a YouTube channel, but instead of doing that, you're like, ugh, everybody's already doing it. Like, not everybody can be successful on YouTube. There's too many people doing it. And maybe it's not YouTube, maybe it's a different business you want to start, or really just anything, but believing that there is not enough to go around is part of a scarcity mindset, which is part of negative thinking. Another example of negative thinking that people might not realize is overthinking, believing that things are happening to you and not for you. Everything in this world is happening for you. That promotion you didn't get is happening for you. Instead of being, oh, I'm not good enough, why didn't I get that promotion? Something's wrong with me, I didn't try hard enough. Those things are not true. You didn't get that promotion for a reason. You didn't get that job for a reason. Everything in this world is working for you in your favor, and it always makes sense in the end. I know that it is so hard to think that way and be positive when things that might not be the best are happening to you, but the sooner you change your mindset into believing that things are happening for you, the more positive life you are going to live and actually attract the things that you want in your life. Another example of negative thinking that I know we all are guilty of at some point is comparison. Comparison comes in many shapes and forms, but an example that is huge in today's world is comparison on social media. Maybe you're comparing yourself to influencers, maybe you're comparing yourself to celebrities or members of your family or even your own friends. But social media is a huge place that I know a lot of people struggle with comparison on. I struggle with comparison on social media. I don't necessarily compare myself to my friends on social media. I more so compare myself to people that I do not even know, which is insane. Social media, as you all know, is a giant highlight reel. Most people aren't sharing the lows in their life on social media. I mean, that makes perfect sense, right? Who wants to log on social media and hear you complain and hear about all of the negative things going on? I mean, no one really wants to hear that. Comparison is a huge part of a negative mindset, and I don't know if you guys have heard the quote before, but I always have to remind myself of it, is comparison is the thief of joy. We are all on our own timeline in life, and things don't have to happen the same way for you as they happen for your friends or as they happen for people that you looked up to. Everything happens the way that it's meant to, and when you are comparing yourself and your journey and your path to other people, it is robbing you of all of the things that you have to offer and of all the joy in your own life. Something that I always like to remind myself when I'm struggling with comparison, or sometimes I'll even get down and be like, oh, I wish I could have this quality like that my friend has. Why am I not more like her? Or if I start to get in that funk, something that really helps me is you were made for a reason. The qualities that you have were specifically made for you. So nobody else has that exact makeup of qualities, and focus on you and your talents and what you bring, because it's just as great as qualities and characteristics that your friend has. Can't compare a rose to a tulip. They're both beautiful flowers, but they're completely different. Negative thinking is a huge thing that I want to let go of in 2021, and I definitely think if you struggle with any of those things, you should try to let go of them as well. Just be more aware of the things that you are thinking and the things that you are putting in your head. I saw this quote the other day and it really just kind of clicked something in my brain. It was something like, your head is where you spend most of your time, so make it a nice place to be. And that is seriously so true. Don't set yourself up for bad days by filling your brain up with negative thoughts. Definitely a tool that you have to practice and be conscious and aware of, but mindset is so powerful, and when you focus on really having a positive mindset and making sure you are only filling your mind with positive things, your life will completely change. All right, my third bad habit to let go of before 2021 is eating out daily. Or maybe you don't eat out daily, but often. And eating out includes things like sit-down restaurants, fast food restaurants, grabbing coffees, anything where you're ordering out. I'm not saying not to do it, because it definitely is a treat and an experience, and it's so fun to get yourself a cute little coffee every once in a while. And it is also very great to support local, but just pay attention to how much you are actually doing it. Earlier this year, I actually was so good at limiting how much I ate out, but lately I have been spending lots of money on grabbing lunch to go or grabbing a coffee. And yeah, it's really not that expensive for one meal, but when you think about how often you are doing it, that money seriously adds up. I mean, I know right now it's COVID, but most of the time you could be spending that money on experiences, or putting it towards a vacation, or putting it towards a student loan payment. Obviously, your $3 coffee isn't enough for a down payment on a house, but if you think about how much you are actually spending on eating out, it could be a nice little chunk towards something like that. I'm not saying not to do it and not to live your life, but just think about why you are doing it. Don't just always go out to eat for convenience. And not only is it expensive, but it is also not the healthiest. Depending on where you are eating out, obviously some areas and some restaurants have healthier choices than others, but when you are eating out, you are not in control of portions in every little ingredient that they decide to put in your meal. So chances are you are eating a lot more than you think you are eating. In 2021, I'm going to try to only go out to lunch and dinner when it is a special occasion or when I'm with a family member or a friend, and I'm going to try to stop doing it when I am by myself. I know that right now during this pandemic, it might be a good idea to support local and eat out a little more than usual. So just keep that in mind though. If you are choosing to eat out, Support local. Choose a local restaurant over a giant chain corporation. All right, my fourth bad habit to let go of in 2021 is slacking on your water intake. I have been better at this recently, but very bad at it in 2020. As you all know, water is so good for you. The more water you are drinking, the better you feel, the better skin you have, the more full you are, the better digestion you have. Seriously, water has so many amazing benefits. I cannot even list all of them in this video, but basically everything just functions so much better when you are drinking enough water. You all know I preach this and I talk about this a lot actually on my channel, but they say that you should be drinking at least half of your body weight in ounces of water daily. For me, that would be like somewhere between 60 and 70 ounces. I can't do quick math in my head like that, but my goal is to try to get at least 100 ounces, but my ultimate goal for 2021 is to drink a gallon of water a day. I just feel so great when I drink a gallon, and I really am going to put forth my best effort to do that. And then my fifth and final bad habit to break in 2020 is procrastinating. So I don't know about you guys, but I am a huge procrastinator. I could teach a course on how to procrastinate 101 because I am such a huge procrastinator. I procrastinate things like doing laundry, doing the dishes, cleaning my room, like literally any small task, I will procrastinate it. And a part of the reason that I do procrastinate it is because I overhype the task in my head. So I'm like, oh, I really don't feel like doing laundry, that's gonna suck, or I really don't feel like scooping the cat litter or whatever. I just overhype and talk so negatively about the task that I have to do, where if I would just get up and just do it and don't even think about it, it wouldn't even be as bad as I have it made out to be in my head. Leave a comment down below and tell me if you overhype tasks like that too, because seriously, it's just the worst thing that you could possibly do, and it's not even true. So I don't know why I do that so much. But I always tell myself, Monique, if you would just do it and not be lazy, it'd be fine. It's not a big deal. So whenever I'm like, ugh, I don't want to do it, or I'll do it later, I'm like, just do it. Just go, just get it done, do it. You will feel so much better, and it's not going to be as bad as you really think it is. We just create like such a horrible experience for ourselves by thinking that things are going to suck when really they don't. I just think it's important to just get it done, don't even think about it, and to stop overhyping and procrastinating, big and small things. So those are all of my bad habits that I'm going to leave in 2020 so that I can start 2021 with a fresh mind, perspective, and feeling my best self. Leave a comment down below and tell me what bad habits you are trying to leave in 2020. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more motivational videos like this, then don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much again. I will see you in the next video.